Capitalism is damaging mental health. It's based on fear and insecurity, and it results in mental health issues, at a minimum, depression and anxiety. It creates poverty and inequality, and this is a cause of mental health problems. But it's not just about poverty. Capitalism's winners also suffer. I've known a number of millionaires, and some of them are full of fear. Some of them are the most financially insecure people that I've ever met. But capitalism works like it has its own intelligence, like it has agency, like it realizes when there's a challenge. It's a positive development generally at the moment that there's more awareness of mental health, more awareness of well-being, and finding meaning in life and finding emotional and spiritual purpose. But capitalism needs people to be hungry. It needs people to be fearful and insecure, because many jobs are soul-destroying. Capitalism doesn't want people looking at the big existential questions. Should I find a simpler life? So capitalism tries to take control of the well-being agenda. A number of years ago, I was standing at the bus stop outside Foyle's bookshop in London, and I noticed that a whole window display was dedicated to this series of Harvard Business Review books on emotional intelligence. The series covers mindfulness, happiness, confidence, etc. I said to the friend I was with, isn't it interesting how capitalism ends up colonializing things that challenge the fabric of the economic system? We don't want people taking too much control of their own lives. Tell them how to do wellness in a way that still gives us access to them as employees, key commodity inputs for our businesses. At one level, I'm not really criticising this series. It is good that employers are becoming more aware of workers' mental health. And I'm sure that this emotional intelligence box set has really useful advice and suggestions. But I'm pretty certain that it doesn't address the bigger questions like, is capitalism making people unhappy? Is capitalism the underlying cause of issues that make well-being books necessary? I was shocked by recent press articles highlighting a growing trend in the US where employees are being offered ketamine for workplace depression. Now, ketamine is well known for being a horse tranquilizer, and this does sound really bad. And the pharma industry has defended the drug, pointing out that there's a wide range of uses for animals and humans, but there's no doubt that this is a heavy-duty substance. So we have this new thing called ketamine-assisted psychotherapy, and this is being treated as a serious area of medical research. Some people that have used it have claimed that it has helped them, particularly with PTSD and major depressive disorder. And some US companies are now offering fully paid for ketamine therapy as part of the employee benefit package. I find this shocking. Now, I'm not a clinician, of course, so I can't really talk to the merits on the use of ketamine in this way. But what I do know is that the US FDA has pointed out that there are significant risks in using ketamine for psychiatric disorders. But the key issue here for me is that this just doesn't sit right with me, medicating employees to keep them working. It avoids tackling the root cause, that capitalism is the cause of depression and anxiety. Perhaps not the only cause, but definitely a cause. Paul Verhaeghe writes about the socio-economic conditions created by the neoliberal economic system. In his book, What About Me? The Struggle for Identity in a Market-Based System, he points out that neoliberal society places the emphasis on competition, on achievement, on individualism, often at the expense of communal values and social cohesion. Verhaeghe argues that this leads to the development of mental health issues, including depression and anxiety orders, and exacerbates issues like hyperactivity, ADHD, and eating disorders. I found this book really convincing. So for me, this is all about ideology. It's about keeping the workforce healthy, protecting a commodity input. But there's bigger existential issues here, the bigger questions on the meaning of life, The bigger questions on alternative lifestyles, on questioning whether you should leave the rat race. That said, at least the Harvard Business Review books provided non-medical solutions. It's not merely medicating people's problems. Another point here is the role of big pharma in this kind of massive web of capitalism. Capitalism makes people unhappy in soulless, boring jobs, and this creates fear and insecurity, and this creates depression and anxiety. Then capitalism becomes a double winner. It then makes profits from creating an industry to make the workers happy again. We need radical alternatives to this flawed economic system, and this is what I'm exploring on my channel. This is my mission. Something has gone very awry with our economic system when we're anaesthetising people to keep them in work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.